why do a large majority of professional athletes go bankrupt after their career, despite making a ridiculous amount of money in a very, very short period of time? And when I say ridiculous, it's not ridiculous that they're making that kind of money. It's they didn't see it coming. They dreamed about it. It's now here. And it's so much money that they don't even know how to handle it. Okay? And what I want to talk about today is what would I do, being the 35-year veteran in the financial services industry? What would be an appropriate way to manage money that isn't in your brain, that's now in your brain? How are we going to manage this so that it lasts for your entire lifetime? And there's two ways to think about this, right? I did some searching and so one of the things that you look at, right? There's agent fees, there's financial planning fees, there's investment management fees, there's all kinds of things that are going to go on, right? But it's $5 million a year. Let's just take the Giants guy, right? So the new Malik Neighbor signs the $25 million contract, right? He's going to get whatever it is, 4 years, $19 million or whatever it is. And there's a whole myriad of these, okay? What's happening right now after he signed that contract? What was the first thing that was purchased? I don't know. Did he rent an apartment? What kind of apartment did he rent? Did he buy an apartment in a place where he might get traded from? Right? Is he living at home with mom? Is he got a beer contract? Does he have endorsements already? Right? Okay, so what I want to think about for a second is there's this view of the money, right? So the first thing that's going to happen is, depending upon the industry that you're in, I think the NFL caps management fees, at 3%, right? Some go as high as 10%. Then there's contributions that are being made to pensions, which is not out of your thing. It's a time-based concept for most of like the NFL has one that's time-based. The longer you're in, the longer the pension becomes, okay? There is a whole series of things that now have to take place in your world. You don't know who to trust. You don't know why to trust them. They're not wearing T-shirts with money isn't on it, right? They're wearing suits and they're smart. When you look at the average professional athlete time frame, it's 3.5 years that they're in a league, okay? Do you have vision as to what your entire lifetime is going to be like? Okay. When I was 21, if I came on to $5 million, I don't think I would be prepared. I don't think I had the right, despite growing up in a financial household, I don't think I had the right tooling to think about money in the right way, because you wanted all those wonderful things. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have those wonderful things. You have to blend the abundance mindset with the scarcity mindset. You have to have a tremendous vision for what your future is going to be. And you need to look at it with rose-colored glasses, but you also need to look at it from the reality of the speed bumps, okay? So one of the things that we do is we create what's called a wealth curve blueprint. So if I'm looking at this and I'm saying I've got a 21-year-old with $5 million of income, that person is going to get basically an athletic surtax. Every place that you play, every state that you play a game in, that game is going to be taxed in that state at that level. So now you're filing 35, 40 states of tax returns. You're filing your own state that you live in. You are you are paying a tremendous amount of income taxes on top of these assets, right? And we just ran some preliminary things saying on a $5 million income, we're going to be generating about $2.4 million in taxes based upon this side, because you're going to get 37% marginal tax bracket. You're going to get state tax, and there's going to be Medicare and FICA taxes to the tune of $123,000 to $130,000, bringing in close to $2.4 million in taxes. The question is, how much of that are you really going to save? How much of that's going to go to debt? How much is that going to go to mortgages and rents? How much is that going to go to property taxes? How much of that is going to go to insurance? How much of that is going to go to lifestyle? That's going to dictate, do we start with savings first or do we start with lifestyle first? Now, once what I'm saying here is we got a signing bonus and there's $1 million sitting in the bank. Now I got to build out a plan. The most important asset is your ability to get out on that field and play the best game that you possibly can. While you're in this sport, you want to run the best game that you can run. You want to have the best training. You want to surround yourself with the best coaches. And a lot of that stuff is not going to come out of the team. It's going to come out of your own pocket, right? So who are you going to invest your time with? Who are you going to invest your skills with? And what is the longevity of your career? You don't know, because there could be injuries, right? So one of the key things is, how well do you protect these assets? Okay. The first thing that you should have is a massive umbrella liability policy. Massive. 10x, $50-60 million. What is an umbrella policy? It protects you if you get sued. Should you have some sort of specialty disability insurance, even though you might have guaranteed money coming in? Can you insure for a 10-year career, even though you've got a 3-year contract? Can you insure if I become disabled for whatever reason, on the field, off the field? Can I get an insurance company to cover me for a disability, a career-ending disability? Should I have life insurance? If you love this video and you want to dive deeper into it, click here. If you want to subscribe to the full podcast and see more, click here.